When the leaders of the world's two most powerful nations meet face-to-face, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every word, every gesture, every nuance is scrutinized, analyzed, and interpreted on a global scale. The entire globe holds its breath, anticipating the potential ramifications of their discussions. The weight of the world rests, at least momentarily, on their shoulders. This is far more than just a photo op, a staged display for the cameras. It's a potentially pivotal moment, a high-pressure situation that could fundamentally alter the course of the century and reshape international relations for decades to come. This summer, 2025, President Trump and President Xi are going to meet face-to-face in a summit of immense consequence, representing not just their respective nations and their vast populations, but also fundamentally clashing worldviews, deeply ingrained ideologies, and competing visions for the future of global order. The complex US-China relationship is defined by deep and intricate economic ties, a web of interdependence that binds the two nations together, alongside a rapidly growing strategic rivalry, a competition for influence and dominance on the world stage. Trump arrives, determined to reassert American strength and project an image of unwavering resolve, seeking to secure clear and demonstrable wins on critical issues of trade and national security. Xi Jinping, the architect of the ambitious China dream, a vision of national rejuvenation and global leadership, aims to steadfastly protect China's core national interests, safeguarding its sovereignty and security, and to demand recognition and respect as an equal power on the global stage, a nation with its own unique perspective and legitimate aspirations. Trump's negotiating style is known for being direct, often blunt and highly transactional, focused on achieving immediate and tangible results. Xi's approach is more strategic, patient, and unyielding, characterized by a long-term vision and a calculated approach to diplomacy. This summit will not be just a meeting, it'll be a high-stakes test of wills, a clash of personalities and ideologies with a vast array of complex issues on the table, ranging from potential military flashpoints and regional security concerns to the delicate balance of global alliances and trade agreements. The stakes are undeniably global, impacting every nation and every individual on the planet, and the outcome of this encounter will ripple far beyond the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. and Beijing, shaping the future of international relations for years to come. Personal chemistry between the two leaders certainly matters, influencing the tone and tenor of the discussions, but ultimately, it is the deeply entrenched national interests and strategic priorities that will shape the final results of this crucial summit. The world is watching with bated breath, every news outlet and every social media platform buzzing with anticipation, waiting anxiously for any signs of a potential breakthrough, a path towards cooperation, or a descent into further breakdown and escalating tensions. Two powerful leaders, two fundamentally contrasting visions for the world, one high-stakes encounter that will undoubtedly define the geopolitical landscape for years to come. The future of global stability, economic prosperity, and international cooperation hangs precariously in the balance. The South China Sea, a vast expanse of water rich in resources and strategic importance. It is the first flashpoint, a region where competing claims and national interests collide. A vital shipping lane, a crucial artery for global trade where trillions of dollars worth of goods transit annually. And a cauldron of disputes. A complex web of overlapping territorial claims, fueling regional instability. Trump insists on freedom of navigation, asserting the right of all nations to traverse these international waters without impediment. He is warning against China's militarization, the construction of artificial islands and the deployment of military assets, and asserting America's role as regional security guarantor, a commitment to maintaining stability and deterring aggression. He ties cooperation on other issues to Beijing, easing its activities here, linking diplomatic progress to de-escalation in the South China Sea. Xi responds calmly, declaring China's sovereignty indisputable, a firm stance on its territorial claims, and framing U.S. actions as outside interference, rejecting any external involvement in what China considers its internal affairs. He claims China maintains peace, accuses the U.S. of militarizing the region and destabilizing the delicate balance of power, and rejects any compromise on territorial integrity, signaling unwavering resolve to defend its perceived sovereign rights. Both leaders stand firm, neither backing down, locked in a strategic competition with far-reaching implications. The result, a tense stalemate, a frozen conflict with no easy solutions in sight. with each side restating its position, reinforcing their narratives and hardening their stances. No resolution, only a deepening divide, a growing chasm between two global powers. The South China Sea remains a symbol of the broader US-China rivalry, a microcosm of their global competition for influence and power. The world watches as tensions simmer, aware that any miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences. Ukraine's war, though distant, is central to the summit. Trump urges Xi to use his influence with Russia to end the conflict, warning of consequences if Chinese support continues. He threatens sanctions on Chinese firms aiding Russia's war machine. Xi listens but offers only vague promises of peace, insisting China is neutral and its trade with Russia is normal. He rejects US threats, accusing America of fueling the war with weapons and illegal sanctions. Xi positions China as a peacemaker but avoids concrete commitments. The exchange is a diplomatic dance, requests, warnings and denials. China's support for Russia remains unchanged. The war in Ukraine continues, shaped by great power rivalry. The summit yields no breakthrough, only clearer lines. The China-Russia partnership looms large. Trump tries to test its limits, pitching economic ties with the West as a better deal for China. He warns against a new anti-US bloc, seeking assurances China won't back Russia militarily. Xi defends his right to choose partners, calling the Russia relationship normal and not a formal alliance. He frames it as a counterbalance to US dominance, not a threat. Xi doesn't want to distance himself from Putin and offers no concessions. If Trump leaves with no victory, and the China-Russia axis stands firm, the world may face a dangerous alliance. The summit is more than just a meeting, it's a clash of negotiating styles, a high-stakes game of strategy and influence. Each leader brings a unique approach to the table, shaped by their personal history, political ideology, and national interests. Trump seeks quick, tangible wins, deals he can announce with fanfare and claim as immediate victories. He thrives on the optics of success, the immediate gratification of a signed agreement. His improvisational approach, often unconventional and unpredictable, can sometimes cut through bureaucracy, but it also risks missing long-term consequences, overlooking the subtle nuances that can determine the true success or failure of an agreement. Xi, in contrast, plays the long game, advancing China's interests step by step, with a patient and calculated strategy that spans decades, not just election cycles. Patient and disciplined. He resists pressure, understanding that time is often on his side, offers cooperation only where it suits China's strategic objectives, and never budges on core issues, those fundamental principles that define China's identity and its place in the world. Trump's desire for a public victory, for the cameras and the headlines, may lead to symbolic gestures, while Xi remains focused on the underlying strategy, the long-term implications of every decision. The meeting is cordial on the surface, with polite handshakes and diplomatic smiles, but deep divisions persist beneath the veneer of civility. On trade, security, and alliances, the core pillars of international relations, neither side gives ground, resulting in a stalemate that reflects the broader tensions between the two nations. Xi projects calm strength, a quiet confidence in China's growing power and influence. Trump pushes for immediate results, impatient with the slow pace of diplomacy. The fundamental clash in worldviews and strategic priorities remains unresolved, a persistent undercurrent in their interactions. The world watches as two leaders talk past each other, struggling to bridge the gap between their competing visions. The rivalry endures, shaped not only by geopolitical interests but also by the contrasting leadership styles of these two powerful figures. The summit's outcome will most probably be managed competition, not breakthrough. Both leaders will probably agree to keep communication open, especially between militaries, to avoid conflict. Allies in Asia could feel relief at the dialogue, but worry about US commitments. They will possibly decide to strengthen their own defenses, hedging against uncertainty. The world could heat towards a new bipolar order, nations pressured to choose sides. Europe seeks autonomy, balancing economic ties with China and security with the US. The China-Russia partnership could emerge stronger, deepening global divisions. International institutions struggle as rivalry breeds gridlock. The world grows more contested, fragmented, and tense. The president's handshake signals a pause, not a solution. In the end, the summit will probably be more symbolism than substance. Both leaders will claim victory, but core disputes will remain unresolved. The US-China rivalry is structural. Two systems, two visions, one planet. The best outcome? Guardrails to prevent catastrophe. The world enters an era of clarified competition, with alliances and blocs hardening, The age of a single superpower is over, uncertainty and danger rise. This meeting is just another scene in a long, tense drama. The challenge manage rivalry without letting it define the future. The summit cools tensions briefly, but the forecast remains stormy. The world must learn to live with this new reality. Thank you for watching. If you find this presentation insightful, please share, like and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more up-to-date analysis.